Okay, first up we have Bob Henderson, played for the pitcher for the Chicago Cubs, as it says on the card. He was a right-handed pitcher. He pitched for 7 years with the Cubs and the Tigers. He had a one-loss record of 36-46 and a career ERA of 4.26. Bob was involved in one of baseball's most unusual plays of all time, which occurred during a game played on June 30th, 1959 at Wrigley Field between the Cardinals and the Cubs. Now pay attention because this is kind of hard to follow. Stan Musial was at the plate with a count of 3-1. Anderson's next pitch was wild, evading the catcher and rolling all the way to the backstop. The home plate umpire called ball 4. However, Anderson and the catcher contended Musial had fouled tipped the ball, and because the ball was still in play, and due to the umpires being embroiled in an argument with the catcher and pitcher, Musial took it upon himself to try for second base. Seeing that Musial was breaking for second, Cubs third baseman Alvin Dark ran to the backstop to retrieve the ball. However, the ball had been picked up by field announcer Pat Piper, but Dark got it back. Absent-mindedly, the umpire pulled out a new ball and gave it to the catcher. Anderson finally noticed that Musial was trying for second, took the ball, the new ball, and threw it to second baseman Tony Taylor. But Anderson's throw flew high over Taylor's head into center field. Dark at the same time that Anderson threw the new ball, threw the original ball to shortstop Ernie Banks. Musial did not see Dark's throw, only noticed Anderson's ball fly over the second baseman's head. So he then tried to go to third. However, on his way to third, he was tagged by Banks, and after a delay was ruled out. None of this made any difference in the final outcome of the game, 4-1 victory for the Cardinals. So I hope you were all able to follow that. Kind of an interesting play there. Okay, so next up we have Carl Furillo, Dodgers outfielder. Played his entire career with the Dodgers, and that was 15 years. He was a career .299 hitter. He hit over 305 times. In 53, he won the batting title with a .344 average. He recorded 10 or more assists in 9 consecutive seasons. He was a 2-time All-Star and 2-time World Series champ. The Dodgers were so impressed with him, they bought the minor league franchise that owned him so that they could acquire him. He loved escargot, so he was nicknamed Scungi, from the Italian word scungili, which means snail. So he liked to eat snails, escargot. Everybody ever try escargot? I tried it once, it was all right. Nothing I wanted to try again. The Dodgers released Furillo in 1960 while he was injured with a torn calf muscle. He sued the team, claiming they released him to avoid both the higher pension due a 15-year player and medical expenses. He would later maintain that he was blackmailed as a result and was unable to find a job within baseball, a charge denied by the commissioner, Ford Frick. After retiring as a player, Furillo left the sports for good, while writing his 1972 book, The Boys of Summer, about the 1952 and 53 pennant-winning teams. He installed elevators at the World Trade Center in the mid-60s, and he owned and operated a deli in Queens. He is the only batter ever to get a base hit off pitcher Nolan Ryan in a World Series game. That doesn't sound right. Shoot. I'm going to have to stop this. Okay, next up we have Ken Boyer. Oops, there we go. Boyer, he was a third baseman. He coached and he managed, and he had a 15-year career in the big leagues. He was a .287 career batter. He had 282 home runs and 2,143 hits with 1,104 RBIs. He was an 11-time All-Star, World Series champ in '64 with the Cardinals, and a National League MVP and RBI leader that year also. He had 5 Gold Gloves, and his number 14 was retired by the Cardinals. He held several Cardinals records for a right-handed hitter until Albert Pujols came along. His brother Clete Boyer played for the Yankees, and they played against each other in the 1964 World Series. And both brothers homered in the 7th game. Still the only brothers to do that in a World Series. So that was kind of cool. Both brothers hitting home runs in the 7th inning of the 7th game of the World Series. Okay, next up we have Clay Dalrymple. Clay, he was a catcher. He had a 12-year career. His first 8 was with the Phillies, and his last 4 was with Baltimore. He had a .233 batting average, and he was known for his strong arm and defensive skills. He threw out 48.8% of potential base stealers. That's lifetime, 48.8%. He led the National League in assists 3 times. He broke up 2 no-hitters in the 8th inning, one off of Juan Marichal and the other off of Gaylord Perry. He is the only hitter to get a base hit off of Nolan Ryan in a World Series game, 1969, Game 3, 9th inning. Okay, so that's Clay, that's my cards, that's my video, that's the back of the card. Hope you enjoyed, and till next time, everyone take care. Have a great rest of the day. Bye-bye.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see.